Cassie for holding down an adult charge. Wow.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Lene's World. And if you saw the title and the video in the beginning, you already know what we're about to get into. Another Diddy video, because it ain't looking too good for your boy. And I had to put that clip in the beginning because I remember watching that. That was at the 2022 BET Awards, and I remember his acceptance speech. It was at least about a good 6-7 minutes long, and he proceeds to thank Cassie at the end of the speech. And I remember saying, why in the hell are you thanking Cassie when y'all been broke up for many years now? She had already been married, had her first, second, or whatever kids she done damn had, and you was there with somebody else, Young Miami, because I remember her stupid ass was in the front row holding the goddamn 99-cent billboard that she personally made that said "Go Poppy." So I was like, why in the hell are you thinking Cassie? And now fast forward 2 years later, we really get to see why he was doing that shit. Yeah, because we saw him going through a whole phase where you renamed yourself damn Buddy Love, whatever the hell he damn named himself. And then he wanted to give back all the recording, publishing back to the old artists he done stole and profited off. By now, their catalog ain't worth shit. I mean, it was worth shit back then, but now it ain't worth shit. But now you want to decide to finally give their shit back and all this shit. And giving away money to Howard University and all this bullshit, trying to, make us believe that you all this good person, this loving, wholesome ass person. So it was like that was the beginning of him trying to. Apparently, he already saw the shit coming down the pipeline. So that was him trying to start off, okay, let me try to get a perfect picture of me painted, right? So I've been doing a lot of goddamn reading today. Okay, I read that damn Rolling Stone article that was, I read it online, but it had been an actual goddamn Rolling Stone book, it had to be at least damn 20 pages. I was like, god damn, like what we doing here? But if you damn read it, you ain't got, if you didn't read it, you ain't got to worry about it. I'm going to give you a quick, brief summary of that shit, because over the past 6 months, Rolling Stone conducted dozens of interviews with Combs' former friends, acquaintances, employees, and bad boy artists, as well as industry insiders. Out of 300 plus people contacted for this investigation, more than 50 were willing to speak about their experiences. Several would do so only off the record, citing a fear of retaliation. Some requested a compensation in exchange for their stories. However, Rolling Stone said, hey, we don't pay for no goddamn interviews. Many declined to participate, wanting to distance themselves from Combs. One employee said, I'm trying to leave that part of my life behind me. Those who did speak about Combs described a complicated man with opposing personas. Outwardly, they see a tastemaker who is unapologetically driven, generous, and jovial, even silly at times. He can be the same privately, but associates who got close enough to him discovered something darker behind the facade. A menacing figure who desperately wants to be accepted and admired. So, yeah, Rolling Stone, they got into it. Some of the stuff we already heard, but also they pretty much, Rolling Stone, what they did, they started from the very beginning. They started from his childhood. They started from his days at Howard University, which he didn't graduate from. He did like 2 years there, and then he quit after 2 years to pursue his music career. But I want to start from the beginning of the article, just real quick, about how him and Cassie first met. The article starts by saying Combs presented as her flashy, established 37-year-old label boss when he pulled her into a bathroom and forcibly kissed her on her 21st birthday in 2007, leaving her in tears, according to her complaint. She says he was holding the keys to her music career when he pressured her to consume drugs and have sex that same year. Combs quickly became deeply entrenched in every aspect of her life, paying for her apartment, having her medical records sent directly to her, and lashing out for perceived slights, the lawsuit said. When Ventura, aka Cassie, tried to move on and had a brief romantic relationship with the musician Kid Cudi in 2011, Combs allegedly beat her. Combs later told Ventura he planned to blow up the rapper's car in his driveway, the lawsuit claims. In a statement, Kid Cudi even said, yeah, my shit did blow the fuck up, right? So I remember when I first heard that in the lawsuit. Of course, everything in the lawsuit sounded so crazy that you couldn't help but think this shit's a goddamn movie. This shit could not be real. But it only goes to show that the more money you have, the more pull, the more things, the more movie like your life can become. And it did just that. The article also mentioned, as I said it before, about the whole after the BET award, him thanking Cassie, and then he going on this whole thing of trying to become brotherly love and all that bullshit. The article goes in detail about all the things that he did do, and I want to get into that. So yes, publicly, Combs seemingly jumped into overdrive, producing positive press. He fulfilled his 1 million promises to his alma mater, Howard University, and the football program at another historically black college, Jackson State University. He launched Empower Global, an e-commerce platform for black entrepreneurs, and then dropping his new album, proclaiming he was in his love era. He announced that he was giving bad boy artists and songwriters their publishing rights back. However, with giving the damn rights back, some artists say they were offered the shit back, but they refused because it came with mandatory non-disclosure agreements. So you essentially say, I'm gonna give you this damn shit back, but you can't talk about me or what happened in the past and all that bullshit. And of course, because times are hard out here, most of them artists on Bad Boy label really ain't popping no more, except for Mary J. Blige and who else? I mean, and she ain't had no album in a minute, but she's still popping as far as, and she can tour and all that shit. We know we love Auntie Mary, and she acted too. So yeah, but so I could see a lot of artists saying, alright, give me this goddamn shit back so I can begin to make some kind of money and have, money for my kids and whatnot. But Aubrey O'Day of Danny the Kane, she been very vocal since day one, back in the making the band days, about the bullshit. So she was like, yeah, you can keep them damn rights, because I'm not finna sign no non-disclosure act to keep my mouth closed. So yeah, so he can keep that shit. The article, Rolling Stone article, also goes into his days at Howard University, and even at Howard University, it was incidents going on with you even back then, from witnesses and all that shit. They said he, even though he's very known for throwing his big lavish ass parties, everybody come out. So he started that even back then. He was the man around campus. I think I said he played football and whatnot, and he would have these big lavish parties, and still within that you were still showing that you were an angry person, throwing fits of rages and feeling very entitled. Back to the article, it said, but other women described previously unreported incidents involving unwanted touching and fits of rage. One woman said she kept as far away as possible after Combs caressed her back without warning and asked if she would be willing to meet one of his friends. What are you talking about, boy? It also said another former student recalled that Combs flew off the handle after she objected to him cutting a cafeteria line. While the moment may seem small, they showed flashes of danger that would soon explode. A third former student recalls how the future mogul would tap on the window of an English class to get a girlfriend to ditch. The visit became noticeably unwelcome, the classmate tells Rolling Stone. She would tense up when Combs appeared, the student who sat next to the woman in class recalls. The classmate, who requested to remain anonymous due to fear of retribution, says her concerns were validated when Combs appeared outside the school's Harriet Tubman dorm and started screaming in a belligerent manner for his girlfriend to come outside. The classmate states other women soon began running through the halls, knocking on doors in panic. They were sounding the alarm that Combs, known then by his nickname Puff, was attacking the young woman outside, she recalls. Puff is out here acting crazy as hell. He's beating her, the fellow student said, according to the classmate. He screamed and hollered and acted a stone fool until she came downstairs. Another Howard student who witnessed the alleged attack tells Rolling Stone, so you out here whooping hoes like they your goddamn child. Okay, got it. Whew. And this is a young Combs, right? Like we said, all this is going off of somebody else's accounts. I don't want to say it's true or false. I'm leaning more toward true because we already see who you are in that fucking video with Cassie. So I'm only going off of that. And then the article then goes on to say, these are pretty much Combs' P. Diddy words, right? Combs were born with a short fuse, telling Jet magazine he earned his nickname as a kid because he would always huff and puff when he got mad. I had a temper. That's why my friends started calling me Puff. he said. So these are all your words, Diddy. You said you had a temper, and yeah, I always wondered where the fuck Puff Daddy come from. That sounds so fucking dumb. But now Huff and Puff. Okay, anyway, so yeah, so you always been a little badass, mean, ill-tempered ass little boy. Got it. I want to skip ahead in the article. So this is past college now. He is definitely in the music industry now. So you got a suit that came out last November with Joy Dickerson Neal, and she acted in the video that came out in 1990. And she said that she was warned by the Bronx rapper Sister Soldier to keep her distance from him, and that she was raped by him, and he recorded it and he showed the video around. This is Miss Dickerson Neal's word. She says that she reluctantly agreed to a dinner date with Combs in January 1991 while she was a college student paying for her studies with a restaurant job. Wary of being alone with him, she requested a dine where she worked. She alleges Combs spiked her drink when she used the restroom and later pressured her into taking a hit off a blunt. She says her legs went rubbery. A short time later, she pretty much woke up and with Combs taking her ass at a nearby residence. She also claims that Combs that he filmed the attack and showed the video to others like a trophy. And of course, Diddy has denied this, and he has moved with his lawyers to dismiss the lawsuit. I think it's still going on. Mike Nice Lewis, who worked with Dickerson Neal at the short-lived PMD record, tells Rolling Stone that she did confide in him back then and that he has no reason to not believe her. So within hours of that suit being filed by that lady, another hoe came out and said that Combs took her ass as well. This girl, Liza Gardner, claimed she was 16 in 1990 when she and a friend met Combs and Uptown singer-songwriter Aaron Hall with his freaky ass at the MCA record event in Manhattan. So it's like, I mean, y'all, the damn article was so long. It was so many people, so many damn articles. I'm looking like, god damn. And I don't feel like getting into all that. So I'm trying to like get like the tidbits of each one to make this video not be long as hell and to keep me from talking so damn long. Because a lot of these goddamn cases was back in the 90s too. Like, you know, he was young then, so he really apparently didn't give a fuck. I don't know what happened. Because then a former Arista intern, April, claims Combs turned violent with her too in a lawsuit filed in May. She claims Combs attacked her in the parking garage in the mid-1990s, forcing her to her knees to perform oral on this nigga. So I'm looking like, okay, I'm tired of this now. And it says, okay, as he became more dominant and more powerful in the industry, it only seemed to amplify this nigga bullying behavior. Because in April of 99, he barged into the office of Interscope Records executive Steve Stout and allegedly turned violent. I heard this story before. He said that Combs were furious that Stout didn't cut him from a crucifixion scene in a Nas music video before sending it to MTV. He punched me in the face and then he grabbed the phone and bashed me in the head with it. Stout recounted to the LA Times. Combs probably settled with Stout reportedly for $500,000 and dodged a 7-year prison sentence by pleading to a reduced charge of harassment. Child, we can't make this shit up. So y'all know that happened in April of 99. Then y'all remember later on that year with that infamous shooting in the goddamn club, right? You know, the one that Shine took the damn hit for and went to prison while Diddy ass got the hell off. Yeah, that shit happened, right? Combs were arrested after a nightclub shooting in which 3 people were injured. His newest star, Shine, was convicted of firing the shots and sentenced to 10 years. And then, you know, he got his ass shipped back to police after he was released. Combs, meanwhile, was charged with weapon possession and attempted robbery after he and then girlfriend J-Lo fled the shooting in a Lincoln Navigator that reportedly ran 11 lights. Now, Combs was facing 15 years in prison if convicted. However, as we've heard, you know, Diddy was goddamn going around paying people and shit, you know, bribing folks to get off on the goddamn thing. The prosecutors claimed Combs offered cash to witnesses after some said Combs was the shooter. Victim, her name, Natiana, I don't know, Rubin, has been adamant that Combs fired the bullet that tore through her nose. Combs' own driver testified that Combs offered him $50,000 using a pinky ring as collateral if he would say he owned the unlicensed gun found in the SUV. And I just saw a clip of the girl who said that she got shot because she said she was persistent in saying that it was not Shine that shot her. It was, she actually said Diddy back then, and the bitch still saying Diddy's name right now. I'm going to try to find that clip of her talking about that shit recently. She is.
There's no doubt in my mind who shot me.
You have said since really right after the shooting that it was P. Diddy who shot you.
I was standing by the front door. I watched the entire thing out. I had no reason to believe that it would escalate to a shooting. It was just more machismo and bravado at first. A lot of pushing and shoving, raised voices, hands. But then I saw them reach in their waist and draw from their hip. And I knew. I instantly turned to my friends and told them, be careful, watch out. And when I turned back, I know, and I've said over and over, I've heard the voice of God said, you are about to be hit. Calm down. And as I said no, I looked straight forward ahead and I watched the muzzle flash from both of their guns and I felt the impact to my face instantly. J-Lo testified at the grand jury, as did many other people. It needs to be reopened because if that is in fact the case, she carried the gun in and she lied to the grand jury.
Adamant saying that I looked at that man shoot that damn gun. Did that is, and the fact that he got off is just crazy as hell. The fact that Shine took the fall, like we been knew that Shine took the fall, and even Shine came out recently to say that he took the fall. So it's like, come on now, like everything is crumbling around this nigga. And then the article goes on to mention Usher's name. Because we all know that at a young age, underage, Usher was sent to, I guess, be up around Diddy in order to, get his foot in the game and to get a taste of the lifestyle that was going around. And I want to hear what the Usher got to say. I know Usher got some stories. The article even said that Combs often flaunted his sexual encounters, even if underage artists were around to see. A teenage Usher briefly lived at Combs' New York house in the early 90s as a young bad boy protege. Puff introduced me to a totally different set of shit. Sex specifically, Usher recalled the Rolling Stone in 2004. There was always girls around. You open the door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen. And it's like, right, because I remember that clip that came out. It was like a very old clip where Usher and Diddy talking, and Diddy slipped up and said some stupid shit. I'm going to find that clip for you guys to see. I think he was saying something about like, yeah, when we got up in the morning or some shit and got out the bed, and he was like, oh shit, no. I mean, like when he tried to change it up or some shit.
Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking
cool. In the 2015 appearance in the Breakfast Club show, Combs described the deal he offers his girlfriends. If I'm in a relationship with you, 25% of the time you're gonna just feel like, oh man, I hate being here. This guy cheated on me, he lied on me, Combs explained, while sitting next to his teenage son Christian. But there's that 75% of, I'm gonna make you the happiest woman in the whole wide world. I'm gonna be there to support your dreams. I'm gonna be there to hold you, listen to you. I'm gonna be there to be your best friend, and I promise you'll smile the most. You know who I am. This is what it is. I'm looking like, boys, you serious? Shut the hell up. It's more like 85% of I hate this nigga versus the little other percent that you loving and caring. Like I don't believe it ain't that with you, bro. And I'm trying to figure out how many times you beat Young Miami. That's what I want to know too. I know she got some stories too, but these hoes feel like if you got money they'll take shit. I don't know. I don't give a damn. So yeah, I'm trying to wrap this up because I don't want to go into a 30-minute video. Like, you guys, it's so much more in this damn article. I'm just trying to condense it to not make it so long. But lastly, about the article I want to touch on is that not only did Combs beat the hell out Cassie, he also extended the abuse to her inner circle as well. According to her lawsuit, she claims one of her friends obtained a settlement after a physical altercation with Combs in 2018. After Cassie's birthday party in 2015, a severely intoxicated Combs allegedly dangled another of Ventura's friends over a 17th floor balcony. One source who worked with Combs and Cassie says people fail to speak up because Combs doesn't believe in being told no. And if you get caught up in the wrath of that, it can be very dangerous. We thinking Suge Knight off the chain, and you really are the damn Suge Knight. Like, that is mind blowing. Like, all the stories we done heard about Suge Knight, I actually heard some pretty good stories about him, about how he looked out for people and all that shit. Granted, you did have your thug side, but the thing is that, like, we ain't heard this shit. What the hell Diddy doing? It's nowhere near what the hell Suge was doing. Like, we thought Suge was the big nigga we need to be scared of. Meanwhile, this thin nigga over here really holding folks over a goddamn 7-story floor balcony. I'm really confused and tired and done with this whole story. So lastly, I just want to touch on the CNN article that dropped yesterday about a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy accusers. So apparently they're building a case. They did get some stuff from this nigga's house raid. They got videos and all that shit, and they are contacting people that were in the video. They're doing interviews, they're doing all this shit, so it's not looking good. All that it's more so about the sex trafficking and things like that. So we're going to see where this story goes, y'all, because at this rate, this nigga might as well go ahead and go where the hell Russell Simmons ass at. He might be on the first fucking jet flying his ass there, because it ain't looking too good for you. Take your kids too, because at this rate, nobody's safe. Hide your kids, hide your parents, hide your daughters, hide your sons, because we got a nigga on the loose. Okay, so with that being said, please comment down below, because I'm sick of this nigga at this point. I'm sick of Diddy. I'm sick of this story, but it ain't done until his ass is locked up, okay, or something, or over there where Russell Simmons hiding. So with that being said, comment down below. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if you agree. Tell me anything you want, because I welcome all comments. And with that being said, peace out. Bye.